Hello guys, welcome to Data Warriors channel. In this session, we are going to discuss our next MySQL numeric built-in functions, greatest and least. So, what greatest function will do? The greatest function in MySQL returns the largest or maximum value from a list of expression or values. So, it will basically returns the maximum value from the list of values, guys. Greatest. And what list function will do? The list function in MySQL returns the smallest or minimum value from a list of expression or values. And these are the functions particularly useful when we need to determine maximum or minimum value from a multiple columns. Okay, let's try to understand this with help practical examples. Okay, so what greatest uh, what greatest will do? It returns the largest value from the list of values. Yeah, greatest will return the largest value from the list of values. And then what list will do? List MySQL numeric function, MySQL numeric built-in function. It returns the smallest value. It returns the smallest value from the list of values or expression. So we'll try to understand with help of practical examples this now. So as we are aware, greatest will return the largest value. Select, I'm writing select, and then we'll write greatest. We can write this greatest in uppercase or lowercase. I think is fine. Greatest 10, comma 15, then 75 and 6. I'm writing these four numbers, guys. So and then some alias name we will provide as greatest. Since we are using greatest, so largest value it will give largest largest value and then semicolon. Okay. So after executing this, what will come as result? So what is the maximum value here or largest value? 10, 50, 75, 6, 75 is the maximum value. So we'll get the 75 in the result. And then largest value will come as the column name here. That makes it good. Yes, we are getting 75 as our result. And then in the same set of these numbers or list, if we have to say use the latest list MySQL numeric built-in function, what it does, it returns the smallest value from the list of values. So how we will do? So we have to write select, then instead of greatest we will use list. Inside that we can pass this. Okay, and then alias name what we can give, largest values, or maybe after this will be giving minimum or smallest values. So we can give minimum value. And then if we will run this, let me select and execute. What is the minimum value from this list? 6. Yeah, it is giving correct 6. So now this we tried with the list of, these are the numbers, list of numbers we passed as an argument in the greatest and least function. So whenever we have requirement and we are working with the columns or tables data, so how we will do that, we will understand. So here if you will be able to see, Division is one of the schema here in a database. Inside that we have one table result. So first we will read all data from the results table. How we can read? Using select asterisk, then from table name we have to give table name is result. Okay. So this is all data from the result table. Set number, then center code is there, in English, physics, math, chemistry, and biology. And these are the marks in each respective subject, guys. So now what we have to do here, like we have to list the maximum marks for each associate between. We have to list the maximum marks for each associate between math and biology. We have to compare. Okay. So what basically, if the 101 is the associate set number is there for one associate, we have to see in math or biology in which subject he is having maximum marks. So how we can do that for all at a time. So first we will read specific columns from this table. Select set number. Okay. After set number, we will take math marks and then biology marks because we want to compare on basis of those. Select set number, math and biology, and then we will do from result. Let me run. Okay. Now we have got this result. So now we want to add one column while reading the data, and we want the maximum marks for each associate between math and biology. How we can do that? With help of greatest we will do. So after these three columns, we can use comma and then greatest. Greatest we will use inside this, instead of values which we passed earlier as list of values, we can pass the column names. So here we will pass math column name 1 and then biology where we want to compare between these two columns. So as, and then we will give the maximum underscore marks as the alias name for that column. So what will happen? All these three column data will come and then one additional column will come on basis of greatest value from this math and biology. So if math marks are greatest, it will take, in this result it will take math marks, otherwise biology marks. Let me execute. Yes, now see, for set number 101, math marks are 85 and then biology are 80. So which is the maximum one? 85. So maximum marks 85 came. For the second one, math marks are 80 and biology marks are 90. So which is the maximum? 90 is maximum. So max marks came 90. For the third case, 79 are marks are there in math for a 103 set number associate. Then 85 is in biology. So 85 came. So similarly, it came for others. So now instead of this greatest, if we have to find the minimum marks, guys, for each associate in between math and biology, then how we can do that? Same query we will use. Okay, I'm right. I'm copying the same query. What we have to do, instead of this greatest, you have to use the list for the minimum marks. Okay, list, and instead of max marks, what you will give? Minimum marks. So select sheet number, math, biology. These three columns we are taking, and then list marks of math and biology as minimum marks from the result. Let me execute. Yeah. So is it giving the minimum marks correctly? Yes. So here 85 and 80. So 80 is a less. or minimum in the biology, so he's getting 80 as the minimum marks. Then in between second also 80 and 90, so it is a less, so it is coming. So this way it works. Okay. And one more thing, when we are talking about this now, the greatest function in MySQL returns the largest or maximum value from a list of expression or values. So list of values we saw, and expression means if we are doing select greatest expression one, we are passing some calculation we are doing as part of our business requirement. Then that time, whenever you have to decide, like if we are doing some calculations, two calculations with help of two expression, expression one, expression two, and then if you have to, out of those two values, if you have to take the greatest value, you can use this way: select greatest expression one, expression two from a table. So this way guys, greatest and least function works. Greatest will return the largest or maximum value from a list of values, and least will returns the smallest or minimum values from the list of values. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next session.